Good morning and happy Holy Sunday, family. I like to think of Sundays as holy, every single Sunday. Whatever you may be doing, I hope it's an extra special, blessed day for you of rest and things only that bring you joy. Today, I wanted to share with you a very, very special and important psalm that has really carried me through, and I could say the darkest of times, but there are, as we know, different types of darkness, and I'm referring to when you feel the threat, danger ever so near, and no matter how strong you may have grown to be, sometimes we can all feel a little fragile, extra vulnerable, and really in need of a much bigger power than us, than we alone can perhaps summon for ourselves, for protection. And so I want to dedicate this especially to all my spiritual light warriors out there. I don't need to tell you how much protection is everything to us, especially in these times. But also, of course, I want to dedicate this to these beings that really, really need that protection, those more vulnerable, fragile, helpless beings out there, most of which are children, and any other age. Anybody can find themselves in that position at any time. So that's what this is for, and I created it for various reasons, not only to hopefully help somebody out there that might need it, that might need to hear it. Of course, you can access this psalm. I mean, it's in the Holy Bible, but you can, of course, find it anywhere on the online these days if you need it ASAP. But I think it's really lovely, especially with these things, sometimes when we have somebody beside us, if we can't have an actual physical person there giving us that extra support and comfort, and perhaps that strength. We need to hear that voice when it's not enough with our own. And we just need that protection, and so it's very helpful, and for me it has been that way with other things. And so I know, because I know darkness like the back of my hand, I think. Let me humbly correct that. I'm sure I know there is so much that I think nobody really knows. But when I say that, I mean I've walked through some dark streets, metaphorically, and I know what it's like to just really feel like you need protection. And there's times where you don't know quite what it is, and they say usually when something is very uneasy inside of you, it could be an array of things. But spiritual attacks are very real, I do believe, and of course we have the power. I've learned really, I think these past couple years, we need to claim that power, because it doesn't help to let that fear overtake us, which it can when actual attacks are done. And sent specifically to you. If you've been there, then you understand, and if you haven't and you're not sure about this, it doesn't matter. I think those are just details. I'm saying that just to say, no matter what it is, no matter what it is that you're going through, I think it's very important. And we have the right, I think, to feel secure, safe, and protected. And unfortunately, on this earthly plane, Earth is beautiful, and I have to put that in there, because it has nothing to do with her per se, but in this earthly plane, it's not very pretty. It's not very easy. It's not a, it's a, I think it's a war zone every day. So some of us can handle it a little better than others. Some of us have a harder time here, like I would say me. Fortunately, I can say, I mean, now through the years, have found tools, for example, like this psalm that I will read to you, but to face these circumstances and things. But anyway, I don't want to make this too long, as I usually do. Really want to get to it, but I thought I would share that with you. There was something else, but I think it escaped me now, and that's probably for the best. Yeah, so I hope it helps you. I just, in short, find it to be useful sometimes when we are in those situations to have somebody in that comforting voice, when maybe reading it ourselves isn't enough because perhaps we're so frightened or whatever it may be that we can't even speak it. We speak in with a shaky voice, and that's not very comforting for us. So I hope that this will perhaps serve somebody in a situation. Yeah, so I will read it now. Oh, and you can find it, I want it to be easily accessible, of course, on my channel. If you go to my channel, and if you forget, you can always just remember, I'm going to have it under 2 playlists. It's going to be the very first video. I think it's the most important of any other videos that I might share. And that's why I wanted to share this one ASAP. And I wish I could have shared it actually much earlier this year. But I guess it wasn't the time for me to share. But kind of wish I had shared this one because I know it would have served many of you. These are tough times. And in particular, I would say something happened in June. I think well, we're all here, right? But perhaps some of us, I won't get into details. There's many theories, and I always like to question everything, and I do want to say that here. I question everything. I'm on a spiritual path, but I absolutely question everything. I don't take anything at face value. And yes, it could be a little bit difficult when you need to have complete faith, but I think it's healthy and smart and just, what feels right when you're not sure, just to maybe have a little bit of always have a lot of faith that is unquestionable. It's the most important in your heart of what goodness is to you, what makes you truly feel good and protected, and anything else that may be of value to you. But also, always, if you're learning something new, or any kind of following any spiritual path, or whatever it may be in your case that you are looking into, just absolutely, I always recommend, just like any situation here in this earth plane again, to question everything. That's something I really stand by. To healthily question. Don't take anything at face value, no matter who it is that may be sharing things with you. And I know the feeling of feeling like you have a system, a belief system or faith that makes you feel completely secure, and that's wonderful. And that's the most important thing. But at any time, I would say, if you feel something off, just question it, and you'll come to hopefully your own conclusions. And I just really felt the need to share that in this video today. I didn't want to make it long, but it's something that I've been wanting to in general, just to share about, especially my spirituality. I personally connect. I like to just have a very personal relationship with spirit, to know that it's pure, that it's real, and that it's coming from a very good place. And sometimes that could be also very hard, because there's so many things out there that could possibly confuse us, because just because one thing is true doesn't mean the other one isn't either. So for me as an Aquarian, especially, that is so true, and that's what makes especially the spiritual path in these times very difficult, because we do question things, and rightfully so. And I'll just leave it there because I can go on and on about that. But the purpose is, this video mainly is just to bring you that, perhaps maybe to share with you maybe something you've, felt, just to feel like, you're not alone. And but mainly just to offer that feeling and sense of protection that I hope this psalm, very powerful, and so means everything to me. So grateful for it, and for God for at the 11th hour often coming through. I've seen many dark nights, and so I know what it's like to really feel the need for protection when you feel danger and threats ever so near, threat of the enemy, whether it be a person, an entity, or whatever it may be. That's not the important thing, because often the enemy is in disguise. And I personally, especially loving very much all the people in my life, I don't believe people necessarily are enemies. And it hurts and breaks my heart to know that the enemy can act through them. But I believe it's energies, absolutely, an entity sometimes, that it's not who the true pure being is. Nevertheless, sensitive people like me and empathic people like me, we know that because of that, sometimes we kind of get into darker situations. We like to face things, and but still, we need to remember anyway that we are here on this earthly plane that is not safe at all. In the sense, we are flesh and bone, and very fragile, really. But our spirit is strong, and that's what's important, I believe, to always stand, to know that in any time that you're just feeling insecure for whatever reason, because negativity, of course, feeds on more negativity. And so maybe you're not in a position of danger, but because you're already in such a dark place otherwise, you can find more of that, surrounding you. Like, I didn't want to say attract, because I have opinions on that as well. I don't think it's fair for a lot of people that do go through hard times and have had it more harder than others, and it's tough, and to always hear that you possibly attracted that. There is definitely truth to it, and of course, no doubt that it is I think, a law of attraction, no doubt. But just to put that other point of view there, that I do believe there's more than just that. And these people that go through these things, whoever it may be, even yourself, maybe just a moment in your life, you understand, you feel so vulnerable, so scared, and it could be an array of other feelings. But in particular, I want to talk about that fear. We are reading Psalm 91, and it is really protection, spiritual protection in particular, which is the most powerful and necessary. So, Psalm 91. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God. In Him I will trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare, of the fowler, and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that fleeth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. And 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at right hand, thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall be no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder, the lion and the dragon shalt thou trample under feet. Because he hath set his love upon me, therefore I will deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. I hope this has been comforting. If not now, and hopefully maybe you can find some good use for it at a moment where perhaps darkness looms and you need that extra protection. It's kind of hard to see with the light, but I'm all in yellow today for a specific reason that I think it's such a Sunday color, but also it's I wanted to bring some light and a joyful color into this video, because especially reading Psalm 91, I think it doesn't hurt to have that. I hope that came through even with this terrible lighting. But if it didn't, either way, I hope you found some use for it. And I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you may be.